We're here to basically promote healthy lifestyles among youth and to showcase what are the activities of Red Cross societies around the world on this topic.
What are some of the activities of the IFRC, I beg your pardon?
Basically, IFRC provides support to national societies in implementing youth-related and, in this case, health-related activities, and as in some topics, these two areas are pretty much interlinked.
And AIDS and HIV, it's really a societal problem that affects so many people.
Yeah, it's not just a health-related issue. It's a societal issue in the sense that these people are very often marginalized. They don't have access to, in some contexts, in many contexts, they don't have access to treatment.
Yes.
So, and for many reasons, you have cases of double discrimination. So people who are discriminated for their sexual orientation, of their gender identity, and these people don't have access to information because they are discriminated in their context. So by not having access to information, you're more vulnerable to infections.
So I guess talking about information is key. So you would, I assume you're hoping that these young athletes will come here, learn about the things that you're speaking about, and take it back home with them.
Yes, because as role models, as persons who have influence, like behavioral influence on their peers, they have an added value in communicating this among the people of their age.
Condoms.
Yeah. Wrap it up.
And well, yeah, we support abstinence, and we're not gonna be like, oh yeah, go have sex right now. Like, we support their decisions, and we definitely back them up.
But if they do make the decision to be sexually active, then use a condom.
Yeah.
If you're not healthy, you can't really compete at a high level.
Yeah, you don't perform your best, you don't come out your best, and it's definitely a very important part of it.
When people speak about HIV and AIDS, for me at least, things that come to mind are third world countries that you have AIDS that are prevalent. People don't think that AIDS can exist in an urban setting in a world that is that has progressed, but that's not true, is it?
That's not true. I mean, that's not true, and this is very dangerous because this is part of the many stereotypes linked to HIV and AIDS.
Correct.
So people think that, many people I think still, and this is part of discrimination, because ignorance and so not enough access to information can lead to ignorance and so to discrimination, because people very often are convinced that that only certain groups of people can be affected,
groups, yeah.
And so they make automatically themselves more vulnerable because they think, okay, I cannot be affected, so I don't need to have this information, I don't need to be careful.
How many people infected, how many people may be infected that they don't know that they're infected? That's another crucial thing, isn't it? Get tested.
Yes, I mean, I think it's very dangerous to talk about figures, even if there are figures, but I mean, they don't often take into account those contexts where you don't have a data because you don't have official data, and all those people who could be infected but who don't know, because they've never get tested.
Yes.
So I think that even talking about statistics sometimes could be dangerous because they could trick people into thinking that, okay, so my country is a very low HIV low prevalence country, so I'm not really at risk.
Yes.
So I think the really important thing to know for everyone is that we are equally potentially vulnerable to the infection. So regardless of who I am, where I live, I have to be equally careful. We don't want to tell youth what they have to do. We just give them the tools. We empower them, giving them the tools so that they know what to do or what not to do in order to protect themselves from STDs and HIV. But then the last choice is there.